Hey everybody, it's Luke over at Galaxy Tech Review, and today I've got a product from GOOVIS. This is the GOOVIS G3 Max cinematic head-mounted display. It also comes with the D4 media player, and you can hook this up. It's capable of watching 3D movies. It's capable of watching content from maybe a Plex server, an Android device, a gaming console, anything that you can hook up via HDMI, you are going to be able to use with this head-mounted display. We're going to dig into it now, and I'll be right back. Okay, so you're going to get the G3 Max in its own carry case slash storage case, which is really nice to have. And we do get a few extras here, like a cleaning cloth from GOOVIS to keep your lenses clean, things like that. You do get a user manual here, and it's up on the screen. I'm going to have some of the specs here for this device so that you can check it out. This is a 5K OLED display, a 2560 by 1440 times 2 because it's per eye. You're going to be able to do 2D and 3D content on this. It's a 3528 PPI with a 46 PPD. And you do have a diopter adjustment on this, so if you wear glasses, you most likely won't even have to wear your glasses with this. Also a pupillary distance of 56 millimeters to 72 millimeters. It covers 95% of the DCI P3 and 130% of the RGB. Contrast ratio is 100,000 to 1 on this, and it only weighs 300 grams. Okay, so let's get into the case and show you what comes with the headset itself. Now, my particular package is the G3 headset and also the D4 media player. You do get a USB Type-C cable here because it does have a Type-C connection. The G3 Max itself has two USB Type-C connectors on it that'll allow you to connect to virtually anything that will output video with USB Type-C. You do get a couple other things here with this. Part of the head strap, this is going to go on the headset itself. It's nice and comfortable. When I get it all set up, I'll show you that. Now we have a USB Type-C to USB Type-A cable as well. And then we have a remote control for the D4 media player, and that's what's in here. Pretty interesting little TV box that is running on Android TV. Now this is going to also be for connecting HDMI. It's a USB Type-C to HDMI adapter. So if you want to hook up something like a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox or a 3D Blu-ray player, you can definitely use this to get it hooked up. So that's no problem there. You're going to have that going in USB Type-C and then out to whatever you're going to be connecting to HDMI. So now looking at the actual setup here as far as the G3 Max goes, it's a very lightweight headset. It only weighs in at 300 grams, so wearing this for extended periods of time for me was not a problem. Your pupillary distance is adjusted there on the bottom with those two sliders, and then you have your diopter adjustments here on the side, and it's going to be per side, so you actually have one for the right and one for the left. I actually use readers in certain situations, so I found mine to just be at -100 to be perfect for me, and that works out really well. I like this silicone portion, a mask portion on the side, blocks any light from the side, so you get a good viewing experience. Taking a look at the actual head strap, they've got some cushioning for the top of your head and for the headband portion as well, which is really nice, adds to the comfort. This can get nice and snug, and again, once I'm wearing it for a while, I almost forget it's there. It's got this little fold down here, and you're going to see a spot. We'll remove this from the top where you will actually just clip this in, and it can be removed as well if you want to take it off. Now, taking a look at the top portion here, you've got your brightness up and down, your 3D, 2D button, and you also have your volume up and volume down because there are speakers in this. Another upgrade that I do enjoy is not having to plug in any speakers or headphones or anything like that, but it does have a 3.5mm jack on the left hand side that you can plug in headphones if you would like to. So you do have a release button here for this, and you can click it on in, and it is good to go. And it does turn up, so you can flip it up, which is really nice. If you're watching something and you flip it up, it will turn the screen off. And right under the release button is a proximity sensor, so once you flip it down, it knows that you're watching again and will resume playing. So that is very, very nice touch there by GOOVIS. Now this is the D4 media player. You have a USB Type-C for charging. It is not for connecting. You do have a micro SD card slot for extra media, and you do have an HDMI to connect this and use it. It runs on Android TV OS, so it's very familiar for anybody that has used Android devices before. You get a nice remote here that is going to have your Google Assistant. You're going to be able to do voice commands with this. You can change your volume. You can have quick inputs here for YouTube, Netflix, Prime Video, Disney Plus, and all of those streaming services that will work just fine. So there's that quick unboxing of the G3 Max by GOOVIS and the D4 media player, and I'll be right back once I get the head strap on and set up. Okay, so the G3 Max is super comfortable, only weighing 300 grams. I like the headband on this. It distributes the weight, so I don't really feel it for wearing it. I can watch a full 2.5 hour movie and have no problems. Now, the flaps on the side and at your nose do a very good job at blocking out light. I didn't have any problems with that. And it's got a really nice proximity sensor right near your nose on the inside, so if you flip the unit up, it will actually stop the screen. It'll turn it off, and then when you flip it back down, it will turn the screen back on. So if you need to do anything for a couple minutes, you don't have to take the entire headset off. You can just flip it up or flip it down. You've got your diopter adjustments on the right and left hand side, so you can adjust this to get the best viewing experience for you. Also, your pupillary distance is on the bottom, so you can use that to adjust as well. Now, when we're looking at the D4 media player, this is based on Android TV. So if you've ever used Android TV, you're going to be at home here. Even an Android tablet or a phone, of course, since this is made by Google, is going to be very reminiscent here. You can see we've got access to Netflix and YouTube and Google Play Movies and even the Google Play Store. So you've got an option to add in other apps that are compatible with Android TV. Now, I'm going to try to get you a view of this, or at least I can try to get a view of this for you. And this is going to be through one eye, so it's not going to be a true representation of exactly how this looks. This does not do it justice. The color space on this, again, being 95% of the DCI P3 and 130% of the sRGB, just looks fantastic through the lenses of the G3 Max. So watching movies and consuming content, be it 2D or 3D, is going to look really, really nice on the G3 Max. And while the D4 media player is a great choice with Android TV, you can also hook this up to anything that does USB Type-C video out. And what first comes to mind with me is a handheld gaming console like the ROG Ally or the Steam Deck that has a video out via USB Type-C, and then I'll be able to actually game with this big screen in front of me instead of that 7-inch screen. Now, since the G3 Max supports 120 hertz and also the ROG Ally supports up to 120 hertz, these pair up really, really well for gaming and having a personal monitor on your face that has a very large screen for the ROG Ally. Now, another thing that I really like to do is use my S23 Ultra by Samsung and plug in via USB Type-C and use Plex to play back 3D content. Now, I've got movies like Avengers Endgame and some of my 3D Blu-rays that I've ripped and put on my Plex server, and it works phenomenally. It looks insanely good in 3D, so watching 3D movies right from my phone through Plex is a really, really nice. It's a very enjoyable experience, and all I have to do is have the headset, the USB Type-C cable, and my phone, and I can actually watch things in Plex, and it works out really, really well. And as I was saying, 3D content here will come across as a SBS or side-by-side until you hit that 3D button on the top, and then you'll get a full 3D effect picture in this display. So I'm going to hit this button real quick. You're not going to be able to see it really in 3D, but let's listen to the volume on this with the built-in speakers. So there you go. Trust me when I say watching 3D content on the G3 Max is a very, very good. Now, that was a trailer for Avatar's second movie directly from YouTube, and that worked out really, really well on the D4 media player. Now, here I've got Avengers Endgame, and I've been watching that via Plex, and Plex works supremely with this, either through my phone or the D4 media player, or really any device that you can hook this up to, be it HDMI or USB Type-C. So this works really, really well overall, and of course you're going to see this side by side on the phone, but then when we go in and we take a look here and hit our 3D button, and you'll see that 3D button right there, we will be able to see this in 3D, and it looks so good on this headset. So use case scenarios for this is going to be somebody that does a lot of media consumption, that wants to watch 3D content, that wants to watch 2D content, stream things from Netflix or from Amazon Prime Video, or whatever you want to use this for. This is a home theater cinema that sits on your head and gives you a gigantic, super crisp OLED screen that looks fantastic. Again, my video is not going to be able to do it justice. Overall, I have to definitely give GOOVIS a thumbs up for what they've been able to do with the G3 Max. Well, there you go. That's my review of the GOOVIS G3 Max and the D4 media player. And who I think this is for, again, is people who enjoy media consumption. You're going to be watching 2D or 3D movies on YouTube. You're going to be watching content streamed from Netflix or from any streaming service. A gamer who has a handheld that instead of a 7-inch screen want to have a gigantic OLED screen to play their games with, using something like the ROG Ally or the Steam Deck is going to make this really, really nice. This was Luke from Galaxy Tech Review. I hope you enjoyed my review, and I'll check you guys out on the next one.